Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha. So as always, we will chant one round of Hare Krishna Mahamantra together for next 10 minutes, and then we will discuss something from the Holy Scriptures. Is that okay? You all have your Japamala with you? So you can all bring your Japamala and Japa bag, and then we'll chant together. Okay, so you can also unmute so we can chant together. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashad Deshatarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivas Adi Gaura Bhaktarinda. You can also unmute. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
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 Ram,
Ram Hare Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram.
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Ram.
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram Ram, Hare
Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram Ram, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram, Hare Ram 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 Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram.
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna.
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Hare.
Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram.
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram Ram,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Ram, Hare.
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Hare.
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare.
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Ram Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Hare.
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Krishna
Chant, we're chanting.
Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare.
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare.
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
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 Ram, Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare.
Ram.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Ram,
Ram.
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare.
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare.
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare.
Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram
Hare.
Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram Ram Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram, Hare.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare.
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna
Krishna.
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare.
Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram.
Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Hare.
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
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 Hare,
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram.
Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare.
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Ram Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram,
Hare.
Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Ram.
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna. कृष्ण
कृष्णपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatadeshatharini Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yatkripatmaham Vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Namaha Pankajanaභaya Namaha Pankajamaline Namaha Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangriye जलधर शशिवर्णौ गोपवेशौ किशोरौ सहचरगणवृन्दै क्रीडमानौ व्रजेशौ नटवरचितवेषो नीलपीताम्बराद्यो जगतजननहेतु रामकृष्ण नतोऽस्मि तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये देवदेव जगन्नाथ प्रपन्नार्ति विनाशनं त्राहि मां पुण्डरीकाक्षं पतितं भवसागरे नीलाचलनिवासाय नित्याय परमात्मने बलभद्रसुभद्राभ्यां जगन्नाथाय ते नमः सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः Hare Krishna, dear friends, Vaishnavas, thank you so much for joining. I see Ishan, Ansh, Vedi, Nathar, Navya. Thank you for keeping your videos on. We also have Lakshay, Kabir, Naina, Avni, Vinita, Mishti, and Ethereal. Wow, I'm so happy to see all of you. Share in a few words how you're feeling this evening on Sunday evening. Yes, Ansh, what's on your mind?
Feeling good.
You're feeling good? Very nice. Any birthdays in the last few days, weeks? Anyone had birthday? Ishan, when was it?
November 13th.
15th November?
13th.
1/5, okay.
No, 1/3.
1/3, 13 November. Okay. So we can all wish happy birthday to Ishan Prabhu. Very, very happy Krishna conscious birthday. Sorry it's a little late, but our prayers and well wishes are with you. May you become a wonderful devotee and you. Wow, what's that in the chat? Oh, nice. That's the first time I'm seeing that. All the cakes falling. Did anyone notice that?
Yeah.
That was interesting. New feature, I guess. And also we have Vedi's birthday tomorrow. Wow. So very happy Krishna conscious birthday to you as well in advance. See more cakes dropping.
Thank you.
So to Ishan and Vedi, very, very happy Krishna conscious birthday. And may Lord Krishna give you great health and always protect you. And you become glorious in your academics, in your studies, in your habits, in your character. You're already so wonderful. And may this birthday bring you more closer to Krishna, to all your teachers, to your parents, and most importantly, you fulfill the goal of human form of life and make this as your last birth. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Okay. Anyone had anything else special going on in the last week or so wants to share? Okay. So talking about protection of the Lord, right? I thought I'll take this topic, protection. Krishna protects. How many of you think Krishna protects? Right? Krishna protects. Krishna protects whom? Krishna protects whom? You can fill in the blanks, right? Or try to answer. Yes, 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 Ansh.
His devotees.
His devotees, yes, very good. Krishna protects Yes, his devotees. Anyone else wants to have another response? Krishna protects everyone, but he is specially partial to his devotees. Hmm? In the Bhagavad Gita, he says that, yes, I am equal to all, but I have special favor towards my devotees. Has anyone heard or read or recalls something like this in Gita? Hmm? Krishna has a special favor towards his devotees. I am going to find that verse for you. Ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya, ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya maite teshu chapyaham. 929 Bhagavad Gita. Let's read this. Samoham sarvabhuteshu name dveshosti na priyaha ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya maite teshu chapyaham. Who wants to read the translation? Yes, Vedi.
I envy no one, nor am I partial to anyone. I am equal to all. But whoever renders service unto me in devotion is a friend, is in me, and I am also a friend to him. Hare Krishna.
Beautiful. So can we also say like Krishna is partial to is not partial, right? Is impartial, right? In the first line, that's what it's saying. So Krishna protects equally everyone. We can say that because he's equal to all. But in the next line, it changes. Whenever there's a but comes, this doesn't mean there's a special clause, right? Oh, I always go to school, but right? Or maths is my favorite subject, but right? That means there is some extra clause there. But whoever renders special service or service, who are these devotees, right? He's very special. I am a friend to him, he's my friend. So he protects everyone, but he has special protection towards his devotees. Now, my dear friends, all of you are devotees, right? You're chanting Krishna's name, you are taking Krishna Prasad, you are remembering Krishna, you do Kirtan, Bhajan, you have Krishna conscious culture at home. So many things you do, which not everyone does, right? Which certainly, in the eyes of the Supreme Lord and others, you are wonderful devotees. Have you felt Krishna's protection? This is a question for all. Do you think Krishna, now forget about others, forget about scriptures for time being, right? Have you felt Krishna's protection? Do you think Krishna has protected you? If so, think about and maybe share something in that connection with everyone, right? So take a moment, think how Krishna has protected you. Whether, first of all, if has he protected you at any time? If so, how? And when you have a response after thinking, raise your hand or maybe in a few lines type it. Who would like to share? Anyone has a response? Okay, how many of you think, yes, Krishna protects me? Many of you. Okay. Would someone like to share a personal incident or something where you felt God, Supreme Lord, Krishna protected me? Because you feel it, right? You may have some experience, something. Okay, I'll help you. How many of you had like near miss? Near miss, you understand near miss? Maybe in a car or something. Did you have ever had like a near miss in the car? Your parents may be driving and you had a near miss. Like a very bad accident could have potentially happened, but somehow you nothing happened, or it was very minor thing happened. Hmm? Yes, Kabir. I can't see you, but I can see your hand up. You want to share something?
In a car accident. So it was this time I was coming home from school, and then the car another car like crashed into the back seat, and I was sitting in the back seat, and on the rear end where I was sitting, it almost like rammed through the car, but it didn't. It stopped at the trunk.
Oh, wow. That's something, you know, Krishna certainly protected you, right?
Yes.
Wow, amazing. Okay, and others also raised hand. Tell me a little bit how. Tell how Krishna protected you. So there's a response. One time we were hiking and got lost and started raining and there was no connection and signs and we started chanting. I believe the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and ended up finding our way. Beautiful. So Krishna gave direction, right? Like how Krishna was driving the chariot, he's driving our chariot also by giving us direction. GPS, right? Guru Parampara system, right? So he protects. Can anyone think of a verse or somewhere in Gita Krishna says, I protect, or I'll save you, or something like that? Any other scripture or Gita? There are a few verses in the Bhagavad Gita where Krishna says, I'll protect you, I'll save you, you're safe from the greatest danger, blah, blah, blah. Yes, Ansh.
I don't remember the words. I just remember the translation. Krishna says, I protect my devotees, and those who are against the devotees, I destroy them, like the demons.
That's a beautiful verse. Paritranaya sadhunam, right? Very, very famous verse. Vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma sansthapanarthaya.
Samvapami Yunke.
So what does that mean? I protect my devotees and destroy the non-devotees or demons. So there are multiple anecdotes, or sorry, multiple verses in the scriptures which talk about the protection of the Lord. So this is one. Which verse is that? Who knows the number? 4 point?
I forgot.
4.8. 4.7 and 4.8. Very important verses. Okay. Any other verse ringing in your mind? Navya? Yes?
I think it was Shipram Bhakti Dharmatma where Krishna says, O Arjuna, declare boldly that my devotee never perishes, which is pretty much the same thing.
Yes, that's another beautiful verse. It's 9.31. Who all know this verse? Yes, Vidhi, you can recite, and someone else will read the translation.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Vipram bhavati dharmatma shashvat shashvat shanti nigacchati kaunteyam pratijanahi name bhakta pranashyati.
Yes, Lakshya, you want to read the translation?
Yes, he quickly became righteous and attains lasting peace. O son of Kunti, declare boldly that my devotee never perishes.
My devotee never perish. Oh, Kaunteya. What does Kaunteya mean here? Son of Kunti, that is Arjuna. There are other verses also in the Bhagavad Gita. Ananyas chintayanto mam, very famous verse. Ye jana pariyupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogashimam vahamyaham. But those who always worship me with exclusive devotion, meditating on my transcendental form, to them I carry what they lack and I preserve what they have. Preserve what they have. Basically, it's I protect, right? Kind of similar word, can we say? It's synonymous, right? There are so many verses in the Gita, in the other scriptures, where Krishna talks about protections. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita also, there's a beautiful verse, which is a very, very famous verse, very often quoted. Anukulyasya sankalpa pratikulyasya varjanam rakshishyati iti vishwaso. This is the protection line. Rakshishyati, raksha. Raksha means protection. Vishwasa, faith. firm faith. Krishna will protect. Goptritve varanam tatha atmanikshepa karpanyas shadvida sharanagatihi. Okay, who's going to read the translation? Atar?
6 divisions of surrender are the acceptance of those things favorable to devotional service, the rejection of unfavorable things, the conviction that Krishna will give protection, the acceptance of the Lord as one's guardian or master, full self-surrender and humility. Hare Krishna.
Okay, thank you. Mishti, you want to read this translation?
Sure. The 6 divisions of surrender are the acceptance of those things favorable to devotional service, the rejection of unfavorable things, and the conviction that Krishna will give protection. The acceptance of Lord as one's guardian or master, full self-surrender and humility.
Wonderful. So this point here, the conviction that Krishna will give protection. So a devotee always has this firm conviction. Rakshishati iti vishvaso. At least there are 6 symptoms or divisions. One of them is Krishna will protect me. Right? How many of us feel that? Krishna will protect. Avashya Rakshibe Krishna. You feel that? Right? We should have faith, at least, and try to internalize it, that Krishna is always there with me. He's in the heart, right? All of you know, Sarvasya Chaham Hridhi Sannivishto. Very, very important verse. All of you are revising your verses now. Many of you have not clicked how many verses you're going to learn. And it should be greater than the previous numbers you have already received the certificates, right? So please do it. Time is running fast, right? Please memorize 15.15 verse, right? And in 1861 also Krishna mentions that I am in the region of the heart. So he's there in the heart. Who could be more closer? When you go to school, do your parents go with you? Right? Are they always with you? Are your best friends always with you? Your brother, your sister, your mother, your father? But one person is always with us, no matter where we go. Soon you'll be going to college, maybe in some different state, city, etc. Will your parents always be with you? No. But your dear friend, your most dear Krishna, will never leave you. That's a faith. Can you share some examples from the scriptures where Krishna protected his devotees? How many of you know some examples? Okay, and I'll just write down. There are like tons and tons of examples. So you can start writing also, and I'll just copy. And yes, I think Vedai has one, then Navya has one. Yeah, and others can also start writing. Protected his devotees. For Krishna, when I say Krishna, that also I'm asking Krishna's different incarnations also. So that also you can share, like Nursing Dev example I'm sharing. Like, okay, okay. Yes. Where is the chat? 1 second. Yes, Vedit, and then Navya, then please. And tell the incident also, like Arjuna means what? Because Krishna protected Arjuna in like tons of ways, but a little bit
Okay.
more specific. Yeah.
Yeah. So when the gambling match in the Mahabharata was going on, the Pandavas kind of got into like big trouble, and then they were trying to disrobe Draupadi. Then she started calling out to Krishna, and then he protected her by giving her like unlimited cloth.
Sari, cloth. Okay. Yeah. So Krishna protected Draupadi in the form of incarnating a sari. Okay, excellent, to protect her chastity, her, okay, Lakshay, then Navya.
Krishna like protected Parikshit Maharaj when he was in the womb.
Parikshit Maharaj in womb, right, from the Brahmastra of in Uttara's, the mother's womb, from the Brahmastra of Ashwatthama. Yes, yes, fast. You can write, you can speak. Come on, there are tons of examples, my dear friend. Govardhan Leela, right? Govardhan Leela protected Krishna protected Vrajavasis, is it not? Just happened. The residents, the inhabitants of Vrindavan, yes. Navya, then Ansh.
I was going to say the one Vediditi said, but the Krishna protected Draupadi and the Pandavas when Vishwamani came, because they didn't have much food, so and they couldn't cook enough to feed all the disciples and all. So Krishna came and ate just one piece of rice or one
Yeah.
piece of rice, and then everyone was full.
Okay. Which Muni was that? Which Muni was that? Ishan?
I believe it was the Rasa Muni.
It was Durvasa Muni. Unrest from the wrath or anger of Durvasa Muni, right? That's a feeding story, right? They was like invited for lunch. What else? Dear Prahlad, right? Narsimhadev, very famous story, protected Prahlad from Hiranyakashipu. What else? Everyone, lots of examples. So many stories. Krishna protect in the Krishna Lila, Krishna protected from Kaliya, Krishna protected from Agasur, Bakasur, right? So many demons, right? So it's all demons in Krishna Lila, we can say, like Kaliya, Trina, they were all torturing Krishna and the Vrajavasis also, right? Hmm. Bakasur, Agasur, right? Then the forest fire, demon, then so many, they were all torturing, right? How about Gajendra? Did Krishna protect Gajendra, his devotee? If we are forgetting these main story, Gajendra offered a what? Yes, Ishan.
Lotus flower. He also
Yes.
prays.
Okay, wonderful. So many nice examples. So there are tons and tons of examples. There's a small sweet story of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada was in his Grihastha life around 30s, and was his youngest son. Prabhupada was going in the tram. Has anyone traveled in a tram in Kolkata? It's kind of a mixture of train and bus. From the British, as you know, India was ruled by the British, so it's going since that period. It's not in all the cities of India, but in Kolkata, it's still going on. So they run on the roads. They share the road between, like the cars and the tram. They share the road, but they have tracks also. So it's like a public transport means, but they share the road. Actually, when I went to Germany also in 2011 or so, I saw something similar, that the car and the tram was sharing some of the roads. Has anyone seen it in other cities? Right? It's kind of a train, but they share the road. So anyways, the point is not the tram. The point is that They were traveling, Prabhupada was traveling with his son, and then the ticket collector came, the conductor, and said, he asked his Prabhupada's son, okay, where is your ticket? He said, he didn't know ticket and all, like what, 3-year-old doesn't know ticket. And the conductor was joking, just like playfully. Okay, you don't have ticket. I'm going to drop you from the, or like in the next stop, you have to get out of the tram. You can't go in the tram because you have no ticket. And he said, look at my father. My father is with me. You dare not say anything, right? So Prabhupada was sharing the story. That's the faith. Avashya rakshibe iti vishwaso. Rakshishyati iti vishwaso. That Krishna will protect me. Because my father, Krishna is our father. Who can prove with the verse where Krishna says, I am the father? Any verse? Any? Aham bija pradapita. Know this? Yes, Vedi?
I think it's in chapter 14. Sarvayonishu Kaunteya Murtaya Sambhavantiya Tasam Brahma Mahadyone Aham Bija Pradapita.
Excellent. Very good. Aham bija pradapita. Someone quickly search which verse is that? You're all very good in tech, right? Yes, it's 14.4. Okay, it's in the 108 list. Good. Sarva Yonishu Kanteya. So let's quickly read this since we have opened. So in short, Krishna is our Supreme Father. Yes, who has not yet read anything? Naina, would like to read this? 14.4 translation.
Yes, Prabhuji. It should be understood that all species of life, O son of Kunti, are made possible by birth in this material nature, and that I am the seed-giving Father. Hare Krishna.
Beautiful. So Krishna is the Supreme Father. So a young child, a 2-year-old, 5-year-old, or even 10-year-old, do you guys worry? How will the groceries come? Will I get food tonight? No, the parents take care. Similarly, Krishna is the seed-giving father for all. He will certainly protect. Like he protected his so many devotees. If we don't forget, all we have to do is be a good son. If we become a good son, then the Father will never leave us. Father will always, but if we become rebellious, obstinate, bad son or daughter, then he'll think, well, he doesn't listen to me. Why I should worry about him? Okay, verse from the Bhagavatam. Beautiful verse from the Srimad Bhagavatam. Krishna, this is the Govardhan Leela. Tasman man matcharanam goshtam mannatham mat parigriham gopaya swatma yogena soyam me vrita ahitaha. Yes, Atar, you can read this translation.
I must therefore protect the cowherd community by my transcendental potency, for I am their shelter. I am their master, and indeed they are my own family. After all, I have taken a vow to protect my devotees. Hare Krishna.
They're my devotees, they're my family, they're my everything. There is no one more important to Krishna than his devotees, and there is no one more important to a devotee than Krishna, right? So the residents of Vrindavan adopted Krishna as their beloved child, friend, lover, and life itself, and the Lord reciprocated their feelings. Thus, Krishna lived among these fortunate people, moving in their houses, fields, etc. Naturally, he would protect such intimate devotees from all types of danger. So if we become dear by taking shelter of Krishna, he would always protects us. Hmm. Now the how Lord protects, this is something really I like, and let's understand this. This is an acronym, protects. Okay, this is beautiful. The Lord protects from within and without. Okay. Many people think without means externals, right? Like protecting the body. So if Krishna protects the body of a devotee, that means no devotee should die. Is that right? Yes or no? What do you say?
Can you repeat that?
Krishna protects the devotee, correct? From within and without. Without means externals, right? Within means protecting the soul. Hmm? Without is external. So can we say Krishna protects his devotees? That means no devotee should die or get any, horrible disease, terminal disease like cancer, or can we say that? So what does it mean? What's your understanding of Krishna protecting his devotees' bodies? Is my question making sense? Will will the devotee's body die at some point? Yes, everyone agrees. That's the truth, right? The body is perishable. Jatasya hi dhruva mrityu, dhruva janma mritasya cha. So primarily the protection is of what? Of the soul, of the bhakti. Body, sometimes yes, he'll protect. But sometimes, anyways, till what point he'll really protect? To understand, like everyone has a lifespan, 20, 40, 50, 100, right? We all have a lifespan. We don't know. That Krishna will decide. But the main protection is the internal, the soul. To protect us from going in the wrong path. So how Krishna protects? P stands for personally. Like he may come personally. Hmm? Like in Govardhan Leela. Did Krishna personally come? Hmm? Yes, he personally lifted the mountain, Giri Govardhan. For how long? How many days? Yes, Ansh? 7?
7 days
Yes.
and 7 nights.
7 days and 7 nights. And how old was Krishna?
7.
7. Nice. Good way to remember, right? Okay. So for 7 days and 7 nights, at the age of the 7, Krishna lifted personally the Govardhan. Any other examples? Krishna personally came to protect his devotees. Can you think of? Yes, Ansh?
The story of Narasimha and Prahlad.
Narasimhadev, yes. Krishna personally came. Narasimhadev personally came. In the Gajendra story also, I mean, he came personally and actually sent his Sudarshan Chakra also. So multiple examples, right? The R stands for representative. Are you following? Protects. And every word has a meaning. The R is for representative. It could be in the form of parents, like, right? The parents are also children of God, right? They have been sent to in our lives to shelter, to give us shelter, to protect us. Don't they provide us food, clothing? That's not like home, shelter, education, culture, values, right? So many things they provide us. How are they providing? They're providing what they have received from God. Is it not? So it's an indirect through representative. The spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, they're pure representatives of Krishna, who are giving us, who are protecting our soul, who are giving us the pure message of bhakti, right? Is everyone following? Can you think of examples Krishna protects through this form, representative? Or I shared a few examples here, like the spiritual master Prabhupada and other gurus, parents example. I'll tell a short story. How many of you heard Vidura was the uncle of Pandavas? Was he a good one or a good guy, bad guy? Good guy? Okay. All of you know Vidura was the uncle? He was not very well respected by Kauravas. Pandavas loved him because he was very, very intelligent, very, very noble. And one time, Dhritarashtra, the bad guy, Duryodhana, they made a plan. Oh, we will send all the Pandavas for a vacation in the house of lac, and that will be their last vacation because they'll be burnt alive there. Now you're able to connect the story. Krishna came through his representative, Vidura. In this case, Vidura guided, hey, be careful. Be careful in that house. They have plans to burn you. So you make a tunnel underneath and escape that house. So Krishna gave guidance through Guru. Sometimes a representative. Sometimes that person may be even a non-devotee. Krishna may even guide through non-devotees. Okay? If we have the right vision to hear. Okay? The next is O, omnipresence. What does the word omnipresence mean? Yes. Who knows this word? Yes, Ansh?
He's present
Huh? Slow.
He's everywhere.
Everywhere. Okay. So now Krishna incarnated as the cloth, this famous story, as Draupadi. To protect Draupadi. Ordinary piece of cloth, you know. So Krishna can come through ordinary things in our lives. Cloth is not something extraordinary, right? We all wear cloth, we all touch cloth every day. But God can come through extraordinary things can happen in ordinary ways also, or through ordinary things also. Is it making sense? So God incarnated as cloth. Any other examples in this connection? Omnipresence. Hmm. Can you think of? Yes, Mishti.
Krishna in the form of Nrsimhadev, he was like in the pillar and he protected Prahlad from all the other dangers as well.
Yeah, he came from the pillar. That's beautiful, right? Krishna may come as a tortoise, right? Krishna may come as Shukara Rupa, right? As a pig, as Hayagriva to protect the Vedas, right? The horse-headed. So he may come in different way. He may come as a rock, Giri Govardhan. He may come as liquid, Ganga. It's ordinary. I mean, from external perspective, there is water and water, but that Ganga water is liquid God, right? So it's actually the omnipresence of the Lord in so many ways. It's not ordinary water. Is it making sense? So P R O. You got these three? The next is the T. What does T stands for? Any guesses? All of you are so knowledgeable. Maybe you already saw. Yes, Anj?
Never mind.
Navya.
Teacher?
Teacher? Or teacher we covered, but teachings. Because teacher we covered as representative, right? So guru we covered there. Teachings. Krishna incarnates as the book Bhagavatam, as the Bhagavad Gita, to give us teachings. Even if someone has not met a guru, even someone gets a book, like we do book distribution, all of you have been doing it, right? You give a book to someone, Krishna will speak to them through the book, is it not? The Bhagavad Gita. So the teachings is actually not different from the Bhagavad Gita. Last time we were discussing, all of you shared. We learned so much from Bhagavad Gita. You remember last time, right? How to live life, how to balance, how to love God, etc. So many people's lives have been transformed by the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, right? So Krishna narrated the Gita. Number 4 or 5, sorry. E stands for empowering. Krishna will empower us. Sometimes it said, don't ask for smaller problems, ask for broader shoulders, right? Have you heard this? So Krishna gives us strength, right? Krishna gives us strength to endure that problem. Where is that strength coming from? Hmm? Krishna says, I'm the strength of the strong. You remember? Balam balavatam chaham. Who can complete this? Kamaraga vivarjita. Yes, Mishti?
Balam balavatam chaham kamaraga vivarjitam dharma viruddha bhuteshu kamosmi bhardrishabha.
Very nice. Krishna says, I am the intelligence. I give the intelligence. I give the remembrance. Atharv, you know this verse 15:15 of Bhagavad Gita? Sarvasya.
Um,
Okay, please practice 25 verses, okay? I'll hear from you personally. Okay, good. Who knows this verse 15:15? Raise your hand. Kabir, you also please work with your mom and try to memorize the 11 verses. Okay, you can do it. Will you do it? I can't see you. If you can turn your camera on, work with your mom and dad, and you can do it. Okay? Why you kept your camera off? You have such a beautiful face. Keep it on. Okay? Are you okay? Your health is good? You happy? You look beautiful. Keep your camera on, okay? Will you memorize first like 11 verses? You can do it? Okay, Krishna will give you the intelligence. Yes, Ethereal, please tell this verse.
Sarvasya jamriti sannivesto mata smritirgyanapohanamsya vedesya sarverahamivveda vedyo vedanta kridveda videva chaham.
Excellent, excellent. Nana, you have to also memorize. Everyone has to memorize. Whatever you know, it's good. Try to add few more, 10, 20 more, okay? In the next 6 weeks we have, okay? Please do. And the poll I have sent, please take a moment to press a button there, okay? So Krishna, what was the point we were talking about? He gives us the strength, right? So empower. He may give us physical strength, he may give us emotional strength, he may give us intellectual strength to deal with that situation. He may give us the right intelligence, he may give us the right words, he may empower us. Hmm? How many of you felt empowerment through God in some way or other? We have felt it, right? Ultimately, whatever words we are speaking, like mukam karoti vachalam, you know this verse? It's only because of the mercy of Guru and Krishna. Okay, quick revision. P. P for The protects we're talking about.
Personally.
Personally. One example? Govardhan. Okay, R. Someone else? Yes. Vedi.
Representative.
Representative. Example? Parents, guru, etc. Okay. Number 3. Oh, come on, guys. Everyone, you heard this, right? It's just now, not like 5 weeks back. Yes, Ansh.
Omnipresent.
Omnipresent. Example?
Draupadi.
Draupadi's Rusari. Okay. Number 4. E. Sorry, number 4 is T. Yes, Navya. What is everyone
Teachings.
else doing, Baba? Hmm? Navya, yes.
Teachings.
Teachings, Gita, Bhagavatam. And number 5, E. That's just now. Empowerment. What's that? What's going on? Please pay attention. Don't do multitasking, my dear friends. I know it's very difficult to not do, right? I know all of you are very, very intelligent, but it's it's especially during hearing a class, try not to multitask. Empower, give us physical strength, give us emotional strength. And then the C is a combination of all those. C is combination. He may give us the strength. He may give guidance through Guru. We may read Bhagavad Gita also. We may find some inspiration, right? Okay, as I think we all feel that, right? Through Guru, through parents, through empowerment. So it's a combination. Then the T is time. Sometimes some problems don't have a solution. So Krishna says, Kalo asmi, I'm the time. So we need to patiently bear that, right? And with time, it will heal. Some things will heal with time. So Krishna is time. And the S is the sound vibration. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Eva Kevalam. There is no difference between the sound vibration, the holy name, and Krishna. So Krishna will protect us through his sound vibration. There are so many examples Krishna protected his devotees just by chanting. It's like a kavach. It's like an armor around. So did everyone get this? Protects, 7, right? How many are there? 7? 8 actually, sorry. 8 letters. There may be many, many more things, but this is just to kind of remember, a good way to remember how Krishna protects all of us. Okay? There are some stories, Krishna helping Draupadi, Krishna helping cowherd boy, Sudarshan Chakra and Ambrisha. You know this story, right? Nrsingadev, Govardhan Leela, forest fire, Buddhuram. I'll share a quick story of Buddhuram. How many of you want to hear this Buddhuram story? Are you paying 100% attention? Who all are not multitasking? Okay. Ishan, you're multitasking? Okay. So even if you were, don't multitask for this story because it has a trick there. There's a question there. So once upon a time, there was a nice devotee, but he was a little buddhu. Buddhu means not very intelligent, a simple village person, right? And he was very poor also. He was in his like mid-age, 30s, 40s, somewhere around that age. And he had his wife. They were poor. This person was not intelligent, so they didn't have money, they didn't have a job or anything. And they were living in the village. And the wife said, why don't you get a job or something. You know, we don't have proper food to eat. We don't have anything at home. Actually, I heard that the king is looking for poets. And if anyone writes a good poem, then king will give him a good reward. Okay, right? So the wife encourages, you start writing poems. And then maybe you'll get a big reward from the king. He said, okay. Now this guy, simple, he was a nice, very nice devotee, always remembering Krishna, but not very intelligent, not very intellectual. So writing poems is not everyone's thing, right? It needs good intellect, right? And good thought, good imagination, creativity and stuff, right? So this person was thinking, and how will I write poem? I don't know how to write properly. I don't have proper vocabulary. But somehow wife was encouraging, right. He said, okay, I'll go out. Maybe I'll get some inspiration to write. So he went outside the home, and he was a little bit sad that he was not getting the inspiration. So one good poet was passing by, and then he asked him, sir, can you tell me how to write? He said, well, you need to have inspiration, spurti. You need to have that, in you. He said, how will I know when that inspiration is coming? He said, oh, your hairs will stand on end and you'll feel, shivering in your body, and your hairs will start raise on the end. That means you're getting inspiration. That means you can write good poem. Okay. And then he was walking, and someone kind of pushed him in the river. But the water was cold, and guess what? He was shivering. He was shivering. His hair started raising on the end, and he said, "Oh, bring the paper, bring the pad. I'm going to write the poem because I've got the inspiration." So he got out of the river somehow, and then he saw on the other side. Now, what to write? He saw on the other side of the river there was a crow. The crow was dipping her beak. The crow was sharpening her beak against a rock and then dipping in the water. Hmm? The crow was, are you getting this? So he was observing this from the other side, that the crow was dipping her beak in the water and then sharpening, like grazing against that rock, put in the water, grazing rock. Okay. So he write the poem. Oh Kalia, he names the crow as Kalia. Oh Kalia, I know what's on your mind. Oh Kalia, I know what's on your mind. Again and again, dipping in the water. Again and again, sharpening the beak. Oh Kalia, I know your mind. That's the poem he wrote. I mean, it sounds very silly, right? It's very silly. Hmm? What was the poem? Who remembers? Kind of paraphrased. Yes, Navya.
Oh, Kalia, I know your mind, again and again dipping your beak in the water. Oh, Kalia, I know your mind.
Yeah, sharpening. Yeah, again and again, sharpening, sharpening your beak, again and again, dipping in the water. Okay, something like that he wrote. And he got to the kingdom, the courtyard. Oh king, here's my big masterpiece poem I have wrote. I got a great spurti today. I got inspiration. My hands were shivering, my body was shivering, and my hairs were standing on end. And with all that inspiration and perspiration, I have written this poem. And he was very, very confident of this. The king was also a great devotee. Hmm? The king was also a great devotee. And everyone came with their poems, and they were amazing poems, but this poem And actually, by the way, first, before he went to the kingdom, he went to his wife. Oh, wife, you told me to write. Let's see what masterpiece I have written. And the wife was also not so intelligent. Wow, looks amazing. Go to the king, right? And tell your poem to the king. And then he goes to the kingdom and said, oh, sir, I have written this poem. Everyone is listening. Oh, Kalia, I know your mind. Again and again, dipping in the water. Again and again, sharpening your beak. Oh, Kalia, I know your mind. And everyone, ha 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 ha, what nonsense poem this is. Doesn't make any sense at all. What is this poem? And blah blah blah. Everyone is saying, like, make a fun of him and trolling him and whatnot. And the king said, okay, maybe there's a deep meaning to this poem. This guy didn't know. No one knew because, you know. But the king said, maybe there's a deep meaning to this poem. All of you go and figure out. We'll reconvene tomorrow and and talk about this poem. Okay. So maybe all of you are in that kingdom. Can you figure out the deep meaning? What might have happened, right? What might have happened next day? It, have you heard this story, by the way? No one? Okay, then it's good. Okay. What might have happened? Okay. Open the doors of your imagination. Okay, Ansh, what's in
Yes,
your
ma'am.
mind?
I can't think of anything.
Okay, I thought you raised your hand. You wanted to share something. Okay. Yes, Navya. I know it's guess. I know it's hard to tell. It's a little bit
You,
imagination. Uh-huh.
actually, I don't know.
Okay. No worries. Okay. Yes, Mishti. Want to try?
Random guess, but like maybe like the king found like some meaning, like some deeper like lesson out of the story, the poem.
Okay. Okay. Quite close, actually. Okay. So everyone was trying to figure out. Okay. The next day happened. And the king, the barber used to come to give him a shave, right? Because he's a king, he's wealthy, right? So the barber used to come to shave, like like in India, like a driver comes to drive, there's another person coming to clean the house, another person coming to cook, another person coming to maybe clean the toilet, another person coming to, you know, wash the laundry, and in India it's a little bit uh, cheaper, right? So what to speak? I mean, a king certainly can afford all that. So a barber would come every day to shave, right? For his beard and stuff, right? And the barber, his name was Kalia. Hmm? Now the barber what does the barber had? The barber had the okay. Now be patient. Okay, now it's your turn to hear. Okay, the barber had the knife, right? The razor, and he was putting again and again in the water, like he was shaving. Have you seen your dads or shave? They put the blade in the water to clean or to. So he was putting against a stone to sharpen, and he was putting in the water again and again to make it nice and sharp. And this king had no idea about it, that someone had bribed the barber with heavy sum of money to slit his throat, hmm? King's throat. And that next day, the king was about to be killed. But the king was chanting this prayer because he was trying to figure out the meaning himself. Oh, Kalia, I know your mind. Again and again, dipping in the water, again and again, sharpening the beak. Oh, Kalia, I know you're mine. Are you getting the story? And this guy, like goosebumps happens to him. Oh my God, the king knows my mind. Someone leaked it, and I'm about to be killed. So he prostrates in front of the king. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. I was about to kill you. Please forgive me. Did you get this beautiful story? Isn't that amazing?
The poem saved him.
The poem saved him. Yes, that's the whole point of today's class, the protection of the Lord. How the Lord may come through so many different ways, right? How the Lord may act through an ordinary, silly guy. But when someone is a devotee, a silly poem, a silly person. But when one is the devotee of the Lord, Krishna will come. And the king had no idea about the barber's plan in his mind, but he was just chanting the poem. When I heard this story, it was like, wow, isn't that so beautiful? So, avashya rakshime Krishna iti vishwasa. Krishna will always protect his devotee, never have a doubt. So with that, I would like to pause. Any thoughts, comments, questions, additions, corrections? What's on your mind? Yes, Vedi.
I thought that was really funny how he was just saying it out loud, and then the barber is like thinking, "Oh my goodness, he's gonna kill me because he knows what I'm thinking," and the king is like not even on that wavelength. He's just like, "What does this poem mean?" They're both worrying about two different things. And but at least it saved him.
Yeah, yeah, amazing. Anyone else has a thought or a comment or a reflection? Okay, so with that, we'll pause for today. Please open up your Gita handouts, the verse handouts. Make sure you have it nicely printed. Keep it near you. Watch it, see it multiple times during the day. That's the only secret to memorize. Okay, revise it, play with the verses, engage, have fun with the verses before prasad, afterwards. When you're brushing, you can remember some verses. When you're bathing, you can remember some. So in multiple ways, you're traveling to school, your parents are dropping you, or anyway, think of those verses. Okay? Today also we covered 3-4 verses about protection. You can do theme-based about protection, about anger, about tolerance, about soul, about body, right? So, but please try to memorize some verses. Okay? So with that, we'll pause for today and see you maybe next Sunday. I'll post the timing and stuff. Thank you. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Krishna's protection ki jai. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha. Kripasindubhya eva cha. Patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namah. Thank you so much. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Thank you.